The addition of micro-holidays to the world of Warcraft was seen by most as nothing particularly interesting or worthy of much thought. They're not pinnacle content for sure, but they serve as a nice distraction to offset any boredom that might set in from farming world quests and Mythic Plus dungeons. To my surprise, however, the Pirates Day event was valuable to me in a wholly different level. It gave me a great reminder, as I waded through waist-high rivers of goblin guts, of the wonderful, swashbuckling pirate music that was so often the backdrop to our play sessions. It's been a long time since I voyaged in the high seas from Kalimdor to the Eastern Kingdoms, but back in the day this music was a routine part of the leveling experience, especially for members of the Alliance, as anyone who made that infamous pilgrimage through Menethil, from Darnassus to Ironforge, could tell you. Calling this the pirate theme might be a little bit inconsiderate, since most of the time we heard this in the ships of honest, hard-working sailors, but for the sake of ease and the rule of cool, we'll stick with the pirates for now. The music takes a form of a jig, a traditional folk dance, originating in 16th century England and Scotland, becoming popular in Ireland from the 18th century, and in the 17th century having a wide influence in the folk traditions and classical music of wider Europe from France to Spain and even Italy. You can hear this in the compositions of the Baroque era, spanning from roughly 1600 to 1750. For example, in the dance suites of Johann Sebastian Bach, the final movement is always a gigue, a French take on the original English jig. The underlying essence of the jig is an upbeat and lively dance rhythm in compound time, meaning that the beats of the bar are split into groups of 3 rather than 2. The pirate music follows a meter of a traditional English jig, with a time signature of 12/8. The 8 denotes that we're in compound time, using 8th notes to subdivide the beats of the bar, and the 12 denotes that there are 4 beats per bar, because 4 beats of 3/8 notes is 12/8 notes, otherwise known as quavers in Britain. The instruments of the band include a rhythm section of a tambourine and various drums, including the Irish bodhrán, a guitar, strumming the chords of the harmony, generally chords 1 and 5, and a harp. Everyone else, the fiddles, flute, mandolin, and squeezebox, all follow the same melody together in unison. The theme is transposed into many different keys, with some slight variations. At the core of it is an opening that hops between notes 1 and 5, a perfect fifth, and the most stable notes in the key, either going up or down, rooting us in our home tonic note before a descending scale from 4 down to 1 reveals through its minor third that we're in a minor key. Next, when the melody goes up from the 5th, it reveals itself to truly be in the Dorian mode, because the 6th note of the scale is sharpened and the 7th is left natural. If this was a minor key, either the 7th would be sharpened too, or neither of them would be. The Dorian mode is a staple of folk harmony, being used in folk music from many cultures across the world, and in famous songs like The Drunken Sailor and Scarborough Fair. Dorian is known as a minor mode, since it's effectively a modified minor scale, which explains how it transitions from its A section, here in F sharp, to a B section in A major. A major is the relative major of F sharp minor, because they share the same key signature, meaning they use the same number of sharps or flats, in this case 3 sharps. And so the 2 sections create a contrast that's very pleasing to the ear. The transition back into F sharp is an ingenious little passage ending in a scale in E major, chord 5 of A, finishing on C sharp, which is chord 5 of F sharp, allowing for an easy perfect cadence back into the home key. A perfect cadence is chords 5 to 1, and generally acts like a musical full stop, rooting us in the key of whatever chord 1 happens to be. This music is meant for dancing, singing, and merrymaking. A lively jig to put the wind in the sails of our ships and a fire in the hearts of our sailors as they battle the waves, navigating around the maelstrom to cross the great sea and bring us safely back to port again, where a tankard of ale, a bottle of rum, and a warm bed await. The next expansion could well see us voyage to the island of Kul Tiras and the rest of the South Seas at long last, where, with any luck, we might hear this theme again, but played by different hands. With new shores to visit and new seas to sail, there'll be no shortage of tales for the pirate bands. I'd expect to hear all sorts of new sea shanties, and with any luck we'll hear this melody weaved in among them. But until then, we'll just have to listen to this theme and imagine taking to the seas again once more. Thanks for watching. I hope this has inspired you to get your sea legs ready for the next expansion. I had a lot of fun exploring this theme, and I hope you did too, so be sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And sharing this video to your friends and guildmates is incredibly appreciated, especially with such a small channel like mine. These videos take a lot of work, but I'm glad to do it. However, I just love to be able to share them with more people. So take care everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.